Hello Facebook ads people, I'm Konstantinos and this is the Facebook ads breaking news podcast. Hi guys, podcast 121. After the vacation, I missed you. And today we're going to answer all of your questions that you had during this period. There are several, so we'll do just a whole podcast about it. A little bit of some news. The course is out, is killing it. It's doing really well. Thank you very much for supporting it, and it's having already a lot of sales. Second thing, stop sending me messages about 2005. All the spots are filled. As I told you, I'm even doing more than 5 right now. I cannot do more because I have also the accounts that I manage, and now we start again video shooting and all of that for my YouTube channel, so it's impossible. We can discuss it for another period, but as of now, all the chosen 5 spots are filled. In any case, throw a message for the future or to see for when a spot is going to open. But as of now, everything is filled, and currently it's more than 5. It's actually 7, 8 people. So 7 or 8, I think. It's 7. It's 7 people. Another thing, as I said, the course is doing really well. I'm adding new stuff inside. First of all, more sessions of 2005 that I found interesting. Some more things about the daily loop theory are going to be added. Already added one a video for the Black Friday and all the things that you need to do there. Adding also new Loom videos about cost caps. One inner circle session that we did talk about many good things, and some more videos about some of those are about dropshipping, and a little bit of differentiation on the strategy that we're going to have for dropshippers because of the extreme competition and each one copying each other. So there are some differentiations there, and things that we worked one-on-one on 2005 with people about dropshipping. So the course, as I said, is going to keep updating. Just the videos that I have video shooted now, and they're ready, they're not ready, they're going through the video editing process is more than 20. So imagine that there's 20 videos coming plus the ones that I have. So that's all with the course. Again, thank you very much for supporting it and buying it and loving it and doing such good reviews on Trustpilot and everything. One thing that I need to clarify, which because I'm getting this question a lot, is it for ecom or lead gen? It's for both. I have videos dedicated for both things, and of course the theory applies to everything. Don't forget, all of you, that you're doing lead gen. That crazy method is working very, very, very well with lead generation, especially in local areas. Now, I have seen also that even while I wasn't posting new podcasts, you took my advice and you started watching the previous videos. Right now we have with a subscription over here, the membership inside YouTube, or the Patreon if you want to still listen to the podcasts on other platforms like Google Podcasts or Apple Podcasts and stuff, or Spotify even. We have another 61 videos, except from the extra part of this one, that this is content for you to learn, and you can just do it with 19 per month. So that's the best deal that you can get over here, and the best, for 30 days you will have access to all of this video to watch them, and then you can cancel if you want. It's up to you, and it helps, it supports the channel. But anyway, I'm not a YouTuber, so just commenting and liking, it's a support anyway, because I'm not expecting to make my living from YouTube. I just have it here so that I can share my knowledge and for networking, finding clients and stuff. So let's go. Now that we finished with all of that, we talked about the course, we talked about this. What happened during the summer? We had a pretty mixed August. Like, it was an August that it had some good weeks and then it had some bad weeks. For sure it had bad weeks. Then we go on September, which was really strong initially. The weekend before, it was bad for most accounts. It's really difficult for me right now to check the trends because I'm a little bit confused right now, to be honest with you. I have chosen fives. There are people that after our work and the things that we have done, in the next podcast, we're going to discuss about dropshipping and all the things that you need to know. So you know the title from now and the progress that I have done over there with the things that you need to understand. I have done a lot of work with a lot of dropshippers lately and legit dropshippers, not stores like closing and grandma's crying, not this kind of stuff. And we have worked a lot in profitabilities. We have worked a lot in removing this bad habit of talking about revenues while your profit is not there, and only thing that you care about is saying that I have spent 50K and not talking about profit. The reason, for example, that I'm using this to tell to people that I'm spending between 5 and 10 million. By the way, if you ever have the question why 5 and not 5 to 6, 5 to 10, because the bigger accounts, when you do cost caps and stuff, they tend to fluctuate a lot. One of them can spend in 1 month 5 million, the other month 7 million. And I have this kind of fat accounts, so maybe they are going to have this kind of fluctuations. Also depends on the volume of the clients that I'm getting. And of course, when it comes to Black Friday, I'm going to spend more than 10 million on all the other accounts that I have. So I don't know. I'm just trying to find. This is the truth. So I kept my minimum, which is 5. No, my minimum is more now. Anyway, just in between, but I will never drop below 5, I guess, because I just do 5 in only one, which is big. So between 5 and 10 is what maybe better represents it. For the periods that are going to be good, it's going to be close to 10. On Black Friday, it's going to be much more. But anyway, so the thing that I was saying is that I did a lot of work with dropshippers, and we started working a little bit on the bad mentality of we test a lot of products with small budgets, which is one bad thing. And the other thing that we did is that we don't talk anymore about our revenue if it doesn't come with good profits. So if we don't have good profits, then there's no point of discussing about spending 300, 400, 500K per month on spend, because focusing on that, it's a bad mentality that that is not going to help you have profits. Also, another thing which I'm seeing, especially on dropshippers, is like the title of the book, the things that got you here won't get you there. Okay, so and no, this is not like the meme that I see on the internet. Don't love the job your love, which is the most stupid thing I have ever heard. It's like saying, I have seen many of those, but there's some really nice. It says, "Don't eat your food your eat," and all of that. So the thing that got you here won't get you there, which means that a lot of times people, they are successful, and what I have realized is that they are doing things by luck. It's up to me on the mentorships to explain why this is working, to explain all of the things in their journey so that they will know, and then it's not luck. It's just success that you do it again and again and again. And this is what we have done. There were people, for example, that they were spending 100K and they were getting better profits, like let's say 50K profits. And then they were spending 200K just because this is the mentality of the dropshipping that you have to tell that you're spending a lot and stuff. And after some point that you see that they were having 10K profits, for example. What's the point of that? There's no point, because in dropshipping it's hit and miss. You're not trying to have repeated customers, lifetime value and all of that. You're not. So these are the things that we're going to discuss in the next podcast, and the things that I believe that they're going to work better for dropshipping, and the differentiation that we're going to have with our normal strategies. Enough with that. Let's start with questions. We have so many. I will just do. I will just go into the mentality of the army in Greece. When something difficult was happening in the army, I was thinking, at some point it's going to end. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to start reading questions. At some point it's going to end. Okay, I think we have more than 80 questions or whatever. Cool. Let's start with Chris. So we have Chris over here says, plan on joining the Chosen 5 in the near future. Talk to me, Chris, but I cannot promise. There is no spots right now. But I want to dive in sooner to your method, specifically cost caps. Does your course cover this topic, or is it entirely so that I can get a good grasp of the concepts? 100%. So there are Loom videos inside there that are showing exactly how to do cost caps, explain the cost caps and the bit caps, how they work, and live optimization with Loom videos on how to do it day by day basis on live real ad accounts and not in theory. Konstantinos, that your book have all this information? Let me know, please. He's talking about the course. If I managed to write a book which would cover 40 hours, right now it's going to become 50 hours of videos with whiteboards and all of that, then I would be a genius, I guess, if I would be able to compact it somehow. No, the book is older, you know. The book is when I was starting, I wanted to do something just to put out there. It was the best way for me to put something out there about the things that I knew at that point. Since then, I have evolved a lot. For example, the daily loop theory or things like that, they are not there. Not for cost caps were there because I was doing cost caps since then, but and the crazy method, of course. No, the book is just, you know, the book is just a small taste, but some things are also outdated inside the book, so I would be careful. In my life, I'm doing things just to say that I have done it. For example, there's a very famous exhibition here in Greece. It's called Death, and I went there to talk. This is just another accomplishment. The fact that I did a YouTube channel and reached 100k subs and I took that. The fact that I had a store to 1 million orders. All of these are milestones. Right now I'm trying to do another milestone inside Kajabi for trying to sell the course and take another thing. All of these are things that I'm seeing as a new milestone, a new peak that I have to conquer. And the book was another thing. I wanted to write a book. I wanted to be an author of a book. And it was pretty good. It had success. There are a lot of people that met me through the book, and then they started watching the YouTube channel. Another great episode. You often speak about the average results, but when do you suggest to kill the campaign if ROAS is under target? If the average results is above your target, then you should not kill it. The average results is just another mechanism, okay? Actually, I have to admit, I really missed that, you know. I missed off the interaction over here. So the average results is another mechanism. The mechanism is this, that I'm having the average results, and if the results are good and I'm having good results, that means that I can buy time without making a mistake. Because the most important thing on the ad platform is that we're not going to give, you know, we're not going to do changes all the time, because changes all the time most of the times means that we will do a mistake. We're increasing our chances of doing a mistake. Our job is to go and intervene if we think that there is nothing else to be done or that we are pretty sure about our decision and stuff. At the end of the day, the algorithm is going to try also to fix the situation if the ROAS is not good. So the average results is a very good mechanism that I found, which is giving you time, because you're not losing money, because in the average you're profitable. You're giving time to the algorithm to work, and you're taking more calculated decisions based on data because you leave it another day. So over here, if your ROAS is under target, when? At the start of the campaign or later? Because if you have a campaign working for 5 months and 1 week is doing bad, then keep it, okay? If it's on the beginning, then maybe you should try to optimize. After a few days, would you just leave it under average is good? If average is good, I would leave it, because again, it's a mechanism that it's preventing you from making mistakes. That's why it's so popular among you. What I'm saying is that there are some strategies that are really popular among you. The crazy method. The crazy method is popular because it has helped people scale, because they couldn't understand how to scale or the ABO and all of that. And easy to implement. Okay. Another thing is the average results. The average results are preventing people from making mistakes, so immediately they see that it's working. There are these small things here and there that I can see that you're preferring doing, and the reason is because you can see immediate results from them. Yes, I have checked most of your videos but did not find the exact suggestion on this matter. I'm sorry if I have missed it. Don't say that you're sorry, it's okay, man. You can just link me a video where you have discussed these things again. First of all, thank you so much for caring about my time and answering. Secondly, I need to tell you that when the results are good, we don't touch it. Don't forget our main rule. If something is working, you don't touch it. Now, if you're greedy, you're taking a risk on your own and you want to make it having better ROAS, for example, or whatever. But if the results are good, we're just leaving it. Can we get this detailed PDF and rest of the others you've showed on these videos? He's talking about my last videos that I did. So during the August, I tried to do some videos which were more light with more creatives and stuff. Also because Meta is automating everything. Eventually we're going to do only creative, so I'm trying to educate you a little bit about that. And because I have seen them lately in ad accounts make a big difference when you have good creatives. The thing is that there are these PDFs, they're like Notion, case studies about Huel, True Classic and all of that. These are inside the course. I cannot share them outside, but I have to also clarify that they're not mine. So inside the course you're going to be able to find them. And he says, is it possible to have this kind of creative with the help of AI? 100%. The point with the AI is to understand that AI has unlimited capabilities. The problem and the thing that I'm saying also to young people, the people, for example, that I met right now after my speech here in Thessaloniki, two young people approached me. I'm not really famous in Greece. Almost nobody knows me over here. Comparing to the people who know me about stuff, some even a lot of people that they do Facebook ads don't know me. So they approach me and they say, I have seen you, I know you, blah, blah. What's the best thing to do and stuff. And the two guys were having an agency. There was another guy that he wanted to become a graphic designer. And I tell him, you can become, if you want, a graphic designer. You can try if you want to go into an agency and get some more experience. The most important thing for me is to understand that AI is going to be part of your life and your job as a graphic designer, and you need to learn how to do proper prompts. So yes, the answer is yes. It can work with AI creatives. The problem is what kind of prompts, who is going to write them, are they going to be good and all of that? Because I believe the future is going to be in prompts. As I said to my speech, I believe back in the day we had the guy who was the IT, you know, that you were calling, my computer is broken, my printer is broken. Now we're going to have the guy who is going to be the prompter, okay? And he's going to be inside the company and you're going to say, hey, Konstantinos, come down to the second floor. He goes to the second floor, so I'm in ChatGPT and I have these Excels and I want to do this and that. What kind of prompts should I use? These are the people that are going to be the new IT. Of course, the IT still is going to exist, but there is going to be another person inside the companies that's going to help the employees to understand what kind of prompts to use into the AI tools that they're going to have. I believe this is a job of the future, and if you're young and you want to focus on something, don't just use ChatGPT or any AI program. Try to understand how you're going to put the proper prompts and get better to that. You will never have a problem finding a job. Hello, Konstantinos. I searched about an answer on previous question and didn't see that you mentioned in the podcast 59. if you checked all the 121 podcasts to find an answer, good for you. So could you enlighten us? Here's the question. What if our ad account time zone different from USA? 6 a.m. Central Time is 7 p.m. in my country. So if I set the campaign to start at 6 a.m. Central Time, Facebook only have 5 hours to spend the budget, because if he if he wants to start it at 6 a.m., basically what he's going to do is that he has to set it in his personal ad account at 7 p.m., which is 6 a.m. there. Of course, you're not going to find a video because it's an exception. What I would do over there is that I would set it for 0000. So at the reset of their account for you. So it's not going to start at 6 a.m. in that country. It's going to start at 11 a.m. But it's going to spend a lot. That's the best solution that you can have over there in that situation. Excuse me, my case is that Facebook account is in Greece time and I advertise on USA, UK time, Canada, so this applied to me specifically. Yeah, it does. Yeah. Quick question. Say inside one CBO campaign you put in 10 ads. Assume the CBO is broad targeting without any interest. Would you take the same 10 ads and create another campaign, say like LA stacked, and just test the campaign structure with the same ads? So I established a new rule with all of my dropshipper friends and students. And there is a new rule which is going to be just below, in dropshipping is going to be just below our first rule, that if something is working, we don't touch it. Make the question to yourself. I want to take, for example, one campaign which is working with broad, it's working, and I want to do another one that I will use lookalikes because I want to target different hot pockets. And now ask to yourself, is this something that a lazy dropshipper would do? If the answer is yes, don't do it. Okay? Now, this is something that someone lazy would do because they want to believe that it's going to work. I'm not saying that it's not going to work though. What I need you to do in this case is this. First of all, I need you to know about the daily loop theory and understand that you need to check the 7 days intervals as we teach inside the course. And understand if there is going to be cannibalization between these two campaigns. So I'm not against of you doing it if you want to take the risk. I'm not saying that it's not going to work. All I want you to know is how to spot if you're having cannibalization. That's all I want. So first of all, I'm not going to blame you for the thought. You want to try it, you want to do it. At least know how to evaluate it if it's cannibalizing or not. Second thing, instead of you trying to scale with lookalikes or something else, because lookalikes are also going to expand to broad. So it's not like you're doing anything. Even the interest that we're using right now, everything is expanding to broad. So there's no point to discuss about only lookalikes or only interest, because everything right now expands to broad. So don't worry about the different hot pockets. Try it to see. Know how to evaluate if you're having cannibalization. And most of the times it's something is just a very easy solution which doesn't require extra work, like doing other creatives, for example, just to try to have more sales. That means that it's a bad strategy. So next question. Hi Konstantinos, you were right, Blender method is working again. Crazy method is working best with new UI. I love your content, always follow what you're teaching in the videos. I have one question. When you launch the new campaign for scaling, I mean the previous campaign was optimized and giving sales, then you launch, or do you have any other criteria for it? Like my break even is 2.5, I'm getting 3.5 ROAS. So when should I launch a new campaign? Because when we launch new campaigns, take time to optimize. So this way I always lose money when I launch new campaigns. What did I said earlier? When we are launching something and we want to see if it's scaling or not, what we're going to do is that we're going to start testing in the 7 days intervals between the campaigns, especially if we're using the same creatives, if we have cannibalization or if we have more volume of sales, and then we're going to also check profits. But the other important thing here is that I'm seeing that your break even is 2.5 and you have 3.5. Okay, after second interruption, the thing is that after you have 3.5, and you're getting 2.5, that means that you have a cushion in between, and you can actually go and you can have you can drop in your ROAS, so it's healthy to do so. Now you're mentioning that it's going to take time to optimize and stuff, and maybe it's not going to be successful or not. Whenever you're scaling, you're always taking a risk, there's no doubt of that. So all the things that I told you are the ones that are going to decide if you're going to scale or not, and how you're going to evaluate it and see if you can scale or not. Let's go to the next one. Hi, I have a campaign, one adset for creatives, 30 daily budget. I have run it for 4 days, getting a consistent 1 to 2 sales a day. When I double the budget in the campaign, it stopped getting sales in the next 3 days. 30 days, I ran it for 4 days, getting a consistent 1 to sales. When I double the budget, it stopped getting sales in the next 3 days. I killed the campaign, I ran it at 30, gave me same consistent 1 to sales for 2 days. Would you recommend to do the crazy method with this campaign, or is this too small a budget to consider it as a successful campaign? So what I would take from this is that you tried to scale it and it failed. I don't believe a 30 increase as a big thing, so I would try more things, yeah. Now, if this one was 100, 200, and it wasn't scaling at all with another 100, then I would be more skeptical. Maybe it's not scaling, But yeah, I would try crazy method with that to see how it would do. Another thing which I need to mention, I know that it's not ideal, but when you're doing a change to the budget, you're not expecting it immediately to work, but here you waited for 3 days, as you say. If you're telling the truth, then yeah, I would try to scale it. 30 more it's not like you're asking something crazy. Hello Konstantinos, I'm currently running 3 CBO campaigns, 1 adset, same for all, broad targeting with 2 creative. The first is targeting USA with $45 budget, the second targets Canada, UK, Australia with $45 too, and the third is a duplicate of the second one with $85. So why is this on a CBO? So I'm every day on break-even ROAS, a little bit up and down every day. I have consistent sales every day, at least 2-3. So my problem is, how can I scale? Dude, you're not even having consistent results and profitability here, and you want to scale? In your position, I would remove one of the assets and spend so that I can be profitable. Because it's not about scaling only, it's about being profitable also. And I have some CPMs between 85 and 95 average on the last 7 days. That's bad. That's bad. That means that your pixel is also new. So first, I would try to make my pixel better, more consistent campaigns. Then I would start thinking about scaling, because everybody's talking about scaling without even talking about sustainability, stability, or all of the other things. Another question. I'm running different niches like wealth and health in my Facebook account, so I use the same pixel or one pixel for every niche. You can use the same pixel. The thing is that what is going to happen here, you cannot have a store with multiple pixels, okay? So you need to just use one pixel for each one. And now you will tell me, yeah, but how? Don't run all of these different niches over here. Konstantinos, got it, thanks. I'm not selling t-shirts, running clickbank offers mostly, health like supplement mostly, wealth like digital courses, etc. Still stick with one pixel across everything. Appreciate the help. Yeah, I mean, you are running clickbank offers. Okay, maybe you can have different pixels for different things, but on the other hand, yeah, it's difficult, man. I guess you need to have different pixels for these ones, if it's possible. You cannot have one. I run affiliate offers in different niches like health, wealth, brain. I'm using one pixel across all bridge pages, tracking universal events like lead, page view, and those. So far, one offer might be supplements to lose weight, and another might be a digital product for wealth creation. I would use different pixels and different funnels for each one of them. If you want to be crazy efficient, yes, this is what you have to do. Killer videos always. I plan on doing catalog campaign 50 USD daily for testing products. You are not going to do a catalog to test products. No, man, you're not. How are you going to know what's working? You're not going to do a catalog to test products. Do a C single ads at 3 angles. Every 7 to 10 days, pick the winner, do a C campaign, single ads at 3 angles. How are you going to pick the winner? From the store, for example, you're going to see that this item is selling. And why would you do it like a catalog? Why don't you do an ASC with 10 different products, for example? I don't like this. No, I see what you mean. Then you want to remove the product from the catalog and do its own ASC. The 3 ads that will be in the ASC, one of them will have the same creative which is in the catalog. I get your point. I just don't like it as a method. I think it's not efficient. Yeah, I don't like it. Think why I don't like it. Why am I going to tell you that I don't like it? Because it's a catalog. It's dynamic catalog. I don't know how else to explain it. It looks so lame and dumb to me. But I have to explain to you because this is what we do here. I guess I have one good argument. So if a product is working through a catalog, it doesn't mean that you know its potential, on putting it on a new campaign. In my opinion, a lot of times the mistake that we do have when we're testing something is that we do test with 30, 40 and then we think that we found a winner. Maybe it's not a winner, maybe it's just something that it can sell in small volumes. So I would do dedicated campaigns finding products, and the catalog is not one of the things that we use for testing. Also, another thing that I need to tell you is that you are saying, for example, that I'm going to use the same creative, the one that has on the catalog, so it's going to be, because another argument could be that you don't know, you know that the product is working on the catalog, but you don't know which one. You don't know which one is actually, which creative can actually make it work as a product. So you will say, I will take the image. The thing is though that here we have a carousel, and it's going to be a carousel with different products each time because it's dynamic. Convincing people in one case with product A, B, C, D, in another case with a product D, C, B, whatever that may be as a combination. And the problem is that we're going to have all of that, and you're just going to use the one slide, which is the product. So I don't find this efficient. Basically, it's like as if another creative has worked for this product to be good. Also, we cannot break down the results on Meta. You're just going to have to see it on Shopify and decide if it's a winner or not. Anyway, I don't like it at all. I just try to give you some normal justification just so that I will not say I don't like it and that's all. But since I read it, I don't like it. Thank you so much, learning a lot from your videos. I currently have a campaign running with 2 ad sets. One of them has good ROAS, but the other does not. Number of first CPP is the same. It's performing okay, but could do better. It's on ABO, right? Oh, okay, that's why. Should I go ahead and turn on CBO? No, you should not touch it. If you want to really scale it, just duplicate the one that is working to a new campaign, either a crazy method or do something else as a CBO. But yeah, that's it. One crazy method per winner or one in total. Also one creative or 2, 3 in the ad set of crazy method. In the ad set of crazy method, we use the rules that we do on CBO, which is 3 to 5 ads per ad set. One crazy method per winner, I would say yes. I have seen up to 5 crazy method working for a product. I wouldn't abuse it. But you can do whatever you want. It's your own money and your own risk, as long as you know how to check cannibalization and all the other things that we said. Hey Kay, great video. I have a winning image and a winning video ad, both with hundreds of comments each. They are currently in the same ad set, so it's best to keep them together and do one crazy method campaign. Or separate them and do one crazy method for the image ad and another crazy method for the video ad. I would... you are creating the problem by mixing them, and then you are asking, should I do two and stuff? Right now, as you are, no, I wouldn't do two, which is against of my rules of actually going and doing different campaigns for the different style of creatives. Because it might be abusive, to do two crazy methods just because you have one video and one image. But I wouldn't mix it at the first time. Konstantinos will do. Thanks, prayers are ready to go. And one last, I'm targeting the top 4 English-speaking country. Normally, I add them together in the same ad set. Is that okay? Yeah, it is okay. Or you recommend doing separate crazy method campaign for each individual country? You wish, but no, just do it as it is. Don't forget that the crazy method is a scaling method, and that means that what you're going to do is that you are going to take something that is working and try to scale it. You're not going to try to do different things in an ad set that you don't know if it's going to work. You don't know, for example, if United Kingdom alone is going to be profitable or not. Another one says, happens to me every month. The collapse, it was not even a problem until I saw this video. A diagram would have been helpful for testing campaign structure. So the collapse that I'm mentioning, because a lot of times people are asking me, is that when you are scaling something again and again, and you're trying so much, think of it like this. Think that this is the demand of a product, and this is the supply. No, this is the supply and this is the demand. So over here, for example, you are having one campaign that is you're fulfilling the supply of a product over here, and you are actually doing X amount of sales, and the in-between is your profit, because there is more room to cover and you're getting lower cost per acquisition. So imagine now good and bad period. So I'm saying that you should leave a cushion in between. So if you have, for example, two break-even rows, you need to have 3 rows over here in between, because if it's a good period, then on the bad period, this is going to drop. The ideal case scenario is that you're going to reach to the point that you're going to either break even in the worst day of the year or lose a little bit. That's our ideal case scenario. But imagine what would happen if you just keep scaling, even on a good period, and you are actually trying to scale as much as you can. So over here, of course, you're killing profits in between, but you're scaling as much as you can. And then the bad period comes. This is the collapse over here. And this is something that you cannot, you cannot control, and you cannot control your emotions also because you're not experienced. What is it happening? When you're scaling here, maybe you're having small profits, but you still have profits. You're not losing money. When this is happening and you are having the collapse, which means that you are dropping now and you're losing money, the emotional part comes inside, and you lose one day 100, 200, 300, and this is happening. And then what you do is that you do this happened, and you try to do this, and you don't do it controlled, so that maybe it can come and, because this one is going to continue playing, but you don't do it in a controlled way so that you can understand if you can actually stabilize it. And then you touch one day. The next day, from our experience, I have seen that it's going to be bad when you're lowering the budget anyway. So you lower the budget the next day again, and again the next day, and again the next day, and then the ad account collapses because you don't know how to treat downscaling. Most of the people know scaling, and basically they don't know it, they just do it because it's easy. If it's a good period and you're profitable, then you're continuing being profitable. The problem is, what are you going to do when you're losing money? And this is where you can show character and professionalism and actually do something better. Because if you're losing money, then it's difficult for you to compose yourself and say, okay, I did a change, I lowered 40%, I'm gonna wait 2-3 days without touching it. And this is what you should do in order for you to be able to stabilize that accounts, or they're going to collapse, which means that basically you were spending 10K per day and then you end up not even spending 400 some of the accounts because you just destroyed all of your campaign. Needless to say that this is a really possible scenario to happen with the one campaign strategy that everybody loves to use and everybody loves to collapse with. Hi Konstantinos, I know you say if something is working well, don't touch it. What if there is an ad set, broad CBO, that has given good results for 3 days consistently with a 50 budget? What would you say to leave it and duplicate it into a crazy method, or bump the budget of what's working? Definitely not by 20%, but bumping by the average CPA, like I have learned from your videos. Now, if something is working with 50, it's not a provenly scalable thing. I have seen different strategies right now for testing, and a lot of times people use, for example, 60 with 3 ad sets, and apparently they use the anthropology interest, which is working, which is even stranger. Then we have other people testing with 50. These are not crazy budgets, so that you can understand if your ad can scale or not. So what you can do is, yes, if it's consistent, you can just put another 50 in your case, or whatever the CPA is, and you can see if it's actually scaling. If it's actually scaling, then you can always duplicate and move it to another campaign, because it's more proven if it's working with bigger budget instead of the 50 per day that most of the times proves, I'm not gonna say proves nothing, it's an indication, it's not a certainty, because with 50 per day, maybe you're going to try to scale it and it's not going to scale. With 100 per day, if something has all the other things that we discussed, a cushion in between the break-even and the ROAS that you're getting, you are seeing that you're getting more volume when you're increasing the budget, you don't have cannibalization, then it makes more sense. Which one do you think we should do? I know you're on vacation, so reply whenever you can and enjoy your vacation. I already replied to all of these, by the way. I think you should increase it first and then see. Of course, I already replied, so most likely you have done it. Did exactly what you said, got 2 more sales right after, you're best. I increased the budget to 100 this morning, average CPA is around 35, should I bump to 150 tomorrow? Don't want to throw the CBO off. I think that you should start duplicating at that point and start seeing if it has cannibalization or not. So basically, he replied after some days, I guess, and he told me that. Okay. Konstantinos, thank you very much for typing my name with C, which is coming from Constantinople. Yeah. A little bit, it looks a little bit strange, but on the other hand, it's a little bit nostalgic. So thank you for that. So based on one variable rule, I found in one account Blender method, a stacked LA 10% with interest like fitness is working very amazing. So if I want to scale with new creatives every time, should I use exactly winner Blender method with new creatives? You are answering to yourself. The answer is yes. If yes, it will not collapse because it's the same audiences. No, if you use different creatives or different products, it shouldn't collapse. Now, if you think, for example, I don't know a fast example right now. For example, if you're selling this for writing angle and you're writing in paper and you think that the different angle is to write on wall, then this is your problem. Also, a lot of times you might have the best intention, or for example, writing with blue ink and writing also with black ink, different angle. No, it's not. Okay. The other thing is that a lot of times we're going to do the mistake and think that we have a different angle, but maybe we're not. The people are going to criticize. What I want you to know is how to evaluate if this is happening to you or not, and know the daily loop and try to understand it. Because when you are working with multiple campaigns, it's not like, okay, I'm working with multiple campaigns. you are working with multiple campaigns, but there are things that you need to check when you're working with multiple campaigns. Average results, cannibalization, different angles. These are the things that you need to watch. Okay, so if there are different creatives and product stuff, in theory, you shouldn't have a problem. If you have a problem, it means that you have to change something and you're not doing it properly. Now, then you say something which I wanna comment on. You say, I'm scared to try this actually. Listen me very carefully. If you're taking a decision that you're not ready to support, don't take it. I have seen yesterday one guy, he did 3 campaigns scaling 1,500 while his budget was 4K. And then he was telling me during the day, should I close them? If you don't know and you can support, or you're psychologically, you cannot keep the spend, don't take the decision. That means that you did a mistake. It means that you're not ready. If you choose to do one campaign, you don't expect to have a sale in 1 hour or in 6 hours or in 12 hours. You are going to leave it and you are going to protect and accept the decisions that you have taken. That's why before you take a decision, you have to think and you have to take calculated decisions based on things that make sense and based on data on your ad account. So if you're afraid, don't do it. When you're going to not be afraid, it's going to be the right timing for you to do it. It means that you're going to be more experienced. Now, on the other hand, you could tell me, yeah, but how am I going to learn? Then take my advice and do it. And even if you're afraid or whatever, don't look at the PC, go for a coffee, okay? Or go find a girlfriend, I don't care. Just do something instead of watching the ad account and support your decision and leave it for 24, 48 hours. 48 hours ideally, 20, especially in your case that something is working, okay? 24 hours only if something crazy happens, like having 0 add to carts in 24 hours. This is the end of the first part of the Facebook Ads Breaking News podcast. If you don't want to miss the second half of the podcast, where I'm answering all the remaining questions of the week, visit my Patreon page following the link on the description. This was the Facebook Ads Breaking News podcast. Like it or not, it is what it is.